Greetings and salutations. How's everybody doing today? It's another high energy day on planet Earth, Gaia-Sophia. Now, I want to talk to y'all today about something that has been going on, but that's still going on and has taken an unusual turn. Now, we all know that we are now coming out of the equinox, new moon energy portal that has been very powerful in a lot of people's lives. This particular portal has leveled us up to a new board of the game, if you will, and we are now existing at a higher iteration of our previous selves, and because of that, things look and feel different. If you are experiencing this world and you're noting small things on a daily basis, like the sun seems brighter today, why is that so? It seems as if I'm looking the world through some sort of filter, as if everything is clear, as if I can see better, as if colors are brighter. Well, that's an indication that you are indeed living in what people are starting to call the new earth. Now, a lot of you might wonder, how is this possible? Well, it's possible because we live in a vibratory universe. Everything is vibration. Everything is resonance. The Hermetic wisdom tells us this and has told us this since time immemorial. For those of you not familiar with the Hermetic wisdom, we're talking about Hermes Trismegistus and the Emerald Tablet, which gives us the truisms of the world, of the nature of energy in the world, of which we are a manifest, moving, living, breathing, conscious experience. As I like to do, I'm sitting by water today, and this is another particularly beautiful place in the city of San Marcos, a place where I come to sometimes in order to experience the ambient background sound of water, which seems to augment all energies that it comes into contact with. Now, we as humans are over 75% water. Over 98% of our body is comprised of that 75% water, and because of that, we resonate on the same level as water everywhere. We have access to the memory of water, water which exists here on planet Earth, out in space on different planets, and also out in different nebulae and areas of the universe that you don't necessarily associate with water. So water is important in order to connect us to each other, and water is important also in the aspect of its nature as a conduit of cosmic memory. When you are around water, your body resonates to that water, and you're able to pick up things sometimes that you aren't necessarily able to at other times, especially large moving bodies of water, because water is always moving. Water is living. Water is a conscious entity. And water helps you to understand at a deeper level, because you are moving beyond the conscious mind and into the greater collective consciousness of humanity, but not only humanity, but the earth herself, Gaia-Sophia herself. So today, when I was meditating earlier, I kind of got some input to check on the sun and see what's going on with the sun. Now, there were three major energy events that came out of the sun beginning about March the 15th and ending March the 26th. Now, after each of these major energy events, where the coronal hole on the soul spewed out energetic particles in the forms of ions, protons, and other energy forms, people experience the ups and downs associated with such energy events. Once they hit our magnetosphere and they excite the Schumann resonance, we go up and down based upon the energies and what our individual orientations are. And I've talked about that numerous times in other videos. This is something that everybody experiences. And depending upon your level of consciousness, and more expressly direct consciousness, your ability to query your field and see exactly what's going on and why, you responded to these events one of two ways. Either you cycled up with them, you interrogated the deeper emotions, feelings, and memories that came up during that time, or you attempted to repress them. You responded with fear. And of course, that brings forth the energies associated with fear: anger, jealousy, and everything else that's more lower chakra than higher chakra. Well, a lot of us were expecting that coming out of this energetic portal, that things would level off. And it seems that they have, because we are at a higher iteration, a higher board of the game, as I mentioned earlier. But today we've been hit with two new types of energy input that have not been visible during this most recent portal, the equinox new moon portal that we just passed through. It looks like a bombardment of X-rays is now hitting our planet as well. And also, we're experiencing a continuous gamma ray inundation of the planet, which means that we have a new input that is affecting us at a higher level. Now, how this will affect us each individually, I am not certain yet. I know today in my morning meditation, as I generally do, I inculcate feelings of gratitude, thankfulness for being present, and while doing so, it seems like it was easier to tap into this energetic field, this emotional energy, and I was filled with this overwhelming, I'm feeling it now, this overwhelming sense of gratitude just for the very experience of being alive in this world at this time. Do you know what I mean? I mean, this is a blessing. Those who are here incarnate upon planet Earth at this particular moment are the strongest of the strong, the bravest of the brave, the souls who decided to come here to incarnate in this time of significant shift, of intense polar opposition, where warriors of the light and warriors of the dark have come to battle it out, you know, to determine which direction this planet shall go in. And of course, it's inevitable that the light shall win out, not necessarily because, you know, the light is the light and goodness must win out, but because it's that time. As we exist upon this cusp of the age of Aquarius, we're not fully into it yet. It's going to be some time yet before we are fully in Aquarius, but we are moving closer into that Aquarian energy, that justice energy, that energy of beauty and equanimity that we all need in order to kickstart our societies into a higher iteration of what humanity can, should, and will be. I mean, it's inevitable at this point. And so those of us who are here battling at this level are battling with the force of the light behind us. We are conduits of that light. We are, as someone that I pay close attention to sometimes, Nature Boy, says, reflections of each other. Our energies work with each other in order to spread this light further afield and to bring others into it in order to take us all at a collective level higher. So, these X-ray energies are bombarding us now. And the electromagnetic energy coming from the sun is doing very strange things. Now, I didn't look specifically to see if a CME, a coronal mass ejection, has come from the sun yet. CMEs are associated with sunspots during the high point of the solar cycle, which is an 11-year cycle, but we're at the low point of the solar cycle right now, and generally there are no sunspots on the sun at this point in time. Generally, it is the coronal hole, which is a big hole in the sun's atmosphere that looks black when you look at it on the images of the sun that they put forth, and it can be gigantic. It migrates, or a number of them can migrate from the pole all the way down to the equator of the sun. So I'm not sure where this is coming from right now, where this energy is coming from on the sun, but it is an input that is hitting the earth right now, and I thought it was important that I mentioned that to you. For those of you thinking, wait a minute, we were supposed to be out of these energies. Why is it still as intense as it is? Well, this is one of the reasons why. Now, as another part of my morning meditation, as I said, I cultivate gratitude, hold that for a few minutes. I also engage in the practice of sending and taking, which means that I energetically bring in the dark energy, the negative energy that might be in my local environment, breathe it in, and then transmute that energy and send out pure loving kindness and compassion to my immediate environment. And I cycle this over and over with each in and out breath, going to a larger region each time. So I'll start with San Marcos, I'll start with my neighborhood, then San Marcos, then I'll do the hill country, then I'll do the Austin San Antonio corridor, then I'll cycle out to the state of Texas itself, then I'll cycle out to the United States, then the world. And I'll breathe in and out that energy. And you can feel that energy cycling in. As you breathe in the negative energy, you can kind of feel it like little cells, little particles inside of you just kind of whirling around frenetically. And then you transmute that energy and send it out as loving kindness. And it turns into this white beam of light that just emits from your body. Well, in engaging in this practice this morning, the energetic effects seem magnified as well. So here we have two areas of energetic / emotional input and output, which are compassion and gratitude, that, at least for me, seems to have been ratcheted up a level. Now, because of my orientation, this is my natural resonance, and I feel that those of us who are warriors of the light, who do believe they are rainbow warriors, and who seek to shift this world to a higher level, this is a very important time for us to magnify our energies, to come into connection and communication with each other, and together utilize these energies in order to continue to raise the vibrational level of Gaia-Sophia to a higher point and to stabilize it at this higher point. Now, this is a foregone conclusion in that this will happen. This is the way that we need to consider it as well, and to view it as well, as a fait accompli, as something that is going to occur no matter what we do. But what we do is what we do. Who we are is who we are. We are energetic workers. And these are the energies that we were born to work with, the energies that we were brought here, that we came here, that we volunteered to be here to stabilize for the world and for this planet, for our progeny, for our children and our children's children, and the children of those that we don't even know all across the world. The sunlight does feel nice. If you're at a place where you can go outside and experience the day, I highly urge you to do that. If you can go to a place where nature reigns, a beautiful place like the one that I'm currently in right now, and cohabitate with the trees, with the grass, with the water for a time, I highly urge you to do so. To bring yourself back centered into Gaia-Sophia, to bring yourself back to center in mission. For the twin flames out there, male and female pairings, now is a time for you to go within and to query your courting with the twin flame energy, and to kind of check in to see where your twin is at right now. And if you feel any discordance within your twin's field, you can send them loving kindness energy, and they will feel it immediately. And that energy will help them to understand and recognize where exactly we are on this journey, and that they are connected to you, and that at this time, it is a time to be who we are, to awaken who we are to each other and also to the world around us. Because it's manifestation time, y'all. It's time to make it real. It's time to make all of it real, and to exist in these energies as we were born to. All right. I think that's it for today. Peace.